Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a poor rack, unbalanced, unsynergetic, but I should be able to get rid of the W, the U, and the two L's. Wall is good, and Wall takes an S. Not a good rack leave BG, but I really need to clear the dross out pronto. Scope 8, okay, opponent bingo, so it's going to be a bit of a slog getting back into this one. I'll go with I'll play Wall under here for 20. Slightly better. I have the bio prefix, but still a bit clunky and not overly synergetic. Synergetic or synergistic? I never know which is the right one to use, but I think you get the picture. Now, bid would sort the rack out somewhat. Exxon, big score for opponent. They're a massive margin ahead now. So what about... I don't have any four-timers. I'll go with bid. I'm tempted to play the I as well, because the X has already been played, but the Q hasn't. I'll keep the I because I have the ING ending. Not a good pickup. So I struggle on. Now I have Widgians through the end, but it's not a bingo. A play of woe would sort the rack out, or O. 21, giving easy score back to opponent. Where else can I dump OWE? 22 there. Also creates a hotspot. What about Wig? That's 26. Opponent scores again. Führers. So it's looking somewhat dire. Getting a little closer to bingo territory here. Shying plus an E. Shaying. Hygienes through an E. shayings. Does the O help? Opponents exchanged. Isogeny with a H. Am I missing a 7? Shaying is no good. Okay, I'll go with highs for 43. That's not a bad pickup, although the board is tightening up. I feel like I missed a bingo there in that previous rack, but time to move on. Now coined, I think is good. Like this. Cognized through an S. And cognized, is there a anagram? Opponent keeping the board tight. Is there a 4-timer? Decoding through a D, but what about deaconing? Encoding, that'll work. Encoding. I draw the Q with the U, which is good. Quant onto a T. I have qua at the top here. Oh, no longer. Opponent's taken that spot. Tan is no good. What about NA? It's not a bad rack leave. Don't have an R play using the Q. 16 points, I'll go with this. Quanta. Now does Quanta take an S? It's inconsequential because there's no place on the board. Actually there is. Quanta, I don't think it takes an S though. It looks foreign, which means it's Asquant. No, Asquint is good, but Quanta. Quantas would score handsomely, but I don't think. Oh, maybe. $96 if it's good. Not many great Q spots on the board. I do have quants onto the S, but we'll never know. I will know straight after the game. I'm got a bad feeling about quantas anyway. Now I have cats, and it might actually be worth doing because I do hold a U. I know opponent could play caddies or cats himself, but I think I will go with this. It's a decent score and I do have a U. So let's see what opponent's reply is. I have the J for score. Jinnad doesn't take an S. Hopefully opponent can't use the Q. Looking at 6-letter plays ending in S. So Jinnad doesn't take an S, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't. South African word. I think, yeah. So if opponent doesn't take the spot, I think Quinn would be the play. There is a slight vowel shortage in comparison to consonants, but that can easily balance up as the game progresses. If there was a vowel surplus, I'd play Quai, Q-U-A-I, but yeah, I'd prefer to get rid of an extra consonant. Oh, great. Quinn remained available, so I've pulled the trigger on that one. Scores are more or less level. I have some artillery on the rack, but does opponent have that crucial blank? Second blank. Now, again, this is the hottest lane on the board. Column C. Plenty bingos ending in S, so I need to address that issue. Now, Jannies is good. That'd start here. No, it would start here. Oh, I've only got one N. I thought I had two N's for a moment, so that won't work. JA, I guess, would scupper bingo prospects. Suppose opponent could end a bingo in IC, but then again, so might I. 13 feels weak when using the J. Now Jan is good. J. Oh, look at. Oh, I keep thinking I have two N's. That is a shame. That would have been a huge score. Imagine Janny, Janny. Now jar is suicide because there's so many A's to come and a blank. So I won't be doing that. Now Jane floats an A and gives easy score to opponent, so that doesn't feel best either. What about an R played down? Rejoin would be nice if I picked up an O. I wonder if opponent maybe doesn't have the blank because he'd be wanting to keep bingo lanes open, I would have thought. Oh, I just feel like the J. I need to score more using the J. I can't just dump it for... what about J's here? 29. Yeah, I can live with that. Not a bad pickup, but is there a bingo naiveties through a T? Not many floaters on this board. Is there a 7? Opponent closing the board down bit by bit. Ravine would score quite well, but with that blank unseen, it's a scary prospect to leave these juicy floaters for opponent to utilize. Now, there are no real hooks anyway for bingos, so I think just go for score and hope that opponent doesn't bingo. Yep, I'm going with Ravine. Okay, this is a good looking rack. 10 aced. Is it 10 aced like that? I mean, there's probably quite a few bingos, but let's see what opponent does. He might have the Z, in which case he would play through the N to get his Z tripled. Does the V assist? Vanities, no. Investat, no. Vesitant, vesicant, not vesitant. Close, but no cigar there. It's just the E so far that I've spotted. Nattiest through a T. I have the anti-prefix. There we go. Opponent bingos, so he will probably win. unless there's something through the V. Vinifera. So if I pluralize that, then there's a possibility. Tenaste, no. Tainites. Doesn't work. Nothing's going to work under there, I don't think. Five in the bag. So if I play a 5-letter word, opponent's likely to go out first. If he gets the Z, he wins anyway. I think the Z might be crucial here. Just one last look at the V. No, not seeing it. So I'll go with Taines for 36. No, opponent's got the Z. So, and extreme flexibility, so he's almost certain to win in this game. But that's the way it goes. Yeah, opponent will have some mid-30s, possibly even a 40-point play, and he'll engineer an out in 2, which means my goose is cooked. But it was a close game until, yeah, there we go. So 45-point play, and opponent goes out with map or Pam somewhere. Vamp. Yeah, there's no way I can win from here. Well, I have Forza for 34. Not enough, unfortunately. What does one do with Geit or Taj? Does opponent have a player onto the U? Puma. No, I don't think so. No front hooks for Oi. Forzag for. Okay, let's see what happens. Couldn't see a two play out. Opponent's probably looking to see if I do have one. Yeah, I don't think I could have. opponent's gone down by 10. That's interesting. Gayet. TN isn't good, is it? No, TN isn't good, but Gayet is, yeah. M. Opponent goes out with Mar. Or Hom, yeah. Goose is cooked. Yeah, just try to get some extra points there. The G. Mar, yeah. I couldn't win. So, final score, 445 to 436. Let's see what we missed. Congrats to opponent. Close at the end there. Let's see, Scopate and Toe Caps. Capotes. A few different bingos for opponent. He goes with Scopate. Wall for 20 seems fine. And then Extensor for 82, or Exocrine through the C. Opponent gets Exon down for 39. Wow, gobioids. I think I have seen that word before. Gobioids through the O. And that would have been a 4-timer potentially. 98 points. That's huge. Gobioids. Who would have thought from an unpromising looking rack like that you'd have 100-point play? I pop bid down now. Furors on to the S. Could spell that a few different ways. Furors, furthers, but furors without the first E. Yeah, which is how opponent spelt it. Got 71 there with dues. Now Rowies for 39. Burning, that's quite nice. Good score. O for 21 with a stronger leave. But Rowies, yeah, the score just too good to resist. Now, Huey for 14. Okay, pretty average scores there. Opponent exchanges. Now, Hoseying. That's the one. Moseying and Hoseying. I missed that. So that's the second miss. That's a shame. I went with highs, which was fairly high up on the equity scores, but not the bingo I desperately needed. Now opponent's got Toad for 33. Encoding for 65 comes down. Red Bug for 36. Opponent goes with Na for 16. Nana 11B. That's not bad actually. I like that. Nana. And the reason I like it is because it sets up a Q play under Nana, because NU is good, so QU, and then so many options with the A, because FAA is good. So I like Nana. Although opponent could easily have played under there as well, but it sets up a good Q play. Now opponent's got a good rack here. Bog Oak for 40. Wow, where was that? N5. Yeah. Bog Oak getting the K tripled. And then opponent goes with Cab. Now Cats for 52 seems best. And Reguild opponent had. So he couldn't utilize the Q. Suppose he could have played IDE there just to block it a bit. But he goes with Lido for 17. Gives me Queen for 39, which is best. Grovat's on to the S for 24. And J's for 29 seems good here. Gart for 16. VJs. That's interesting. DJs and VJs. So that's a 40-point play with a strong rack leave. Not a very bingo-friendly board, so I guess the rack leave not as influential in terms of the equity, because that's a static evaluation which doesn't take into account the actual board structure or position. But I do like VJs. Yes, it does leave a useful E, but look at the score and a flexible leave. So Ravine comes down, and now I thought opponent might have the blank, but I just couldn't see better options. I mean, I look at VJs now, and yes, if I'd known that one, I would have probably played it, but then opponent would have had an E to play with. Would he have had a 5-val-8 with an E in second position? Second or third position? Not sure, but anyway, Vinifera comes down for 68. Vivaries. Where was that? 12F. Oh, from the V, of course, Vivaries, but that would have given me my bingo. So if he had gone for the top scoring bingo, I would have come back with one. Now, Vinifera comes down. What's the best I can do? Taines was the highest score, or Tanist. Now, T-A-N-I-S-T. Leaving an I there was a mistake because I did identify the Z danger, and if opponent has any three-letter Z, play Z-I-T or Z-I-G or Z-I-P, he's going to win the game, guaranteed. So I had to leave a consonant here at 13N, and that was my thinking. So Taines for 36, and I just prayed to pick up the Z, but that prayer was in vain because opponent had it already on their rack. And now we've got perfect knowledge of each other's racks. Zoil for 45 was best. Now, moment of truth. Could I potentially have won? So Forza for 34 was best in terms of score, and that only just brought me level. So if I'm playing loftier with a guaranteed out next turn, actually I don't even know if it is guaranteed out, but potentially, where's loftier? K9. Loftier down there, but it's 14 fewer points, so I'm about 12 behind after that. Yeah, exactly 12 behind. And then opponent plays, what did he play? Pier. Yeah, I think I still lose, even if I can go out with EG. Well, reg there. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. and then opponent -6 difference. I'd have to work that out. I don't know if Loftier wins or not, but it would have given me a better chance, because I don't think it gives opponent a way of going out, because that only tightens things up there anyway. So that would have been interesting. Yeah, Loftier, Reg, and is there another GE outplay? Gear, yes. So that was the end of the game. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Oh, sorry, I just wanted to check opponent's play after Forza. So Pierre was 17, but 13G. Oh, if opponent played it across, getting the A doubled, that would have been 19. Yeah, and that would have been even harder. And now, yeah, the best I could do was ET for 18, which was M3. Of course, ET, but then, yeah, well, that would have been better, but not enough to win, because I'm still behind, and opponent goes out there. So, interesting end game. Sometimes they are really close. Would Loftier have given me enough? Interesting. I'll have to do the math on that. Hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.